Another problem you can run into with keyboard input is with two-player games. So, I'm going to hide these text boxes for a second. Okay, so here's a game where I have a procedure, steer 1, and it has a little helper function, do steer rechar, so it passes off the rechar to the helper function. And we have that key, and then we check the key each time. So we fixed the problem that we had here. And then we have we want to steer this other turtle. So we have to steer 2, do steer rechar, and we check all that stuff. Okay. And then in my go button, it says everyone click on. Okay. So I'm going to click go and try to steer here. So I'm pressing W, D, S, A, nothing's happening. Let's see, I, J, K, oh, J, K, L, I, okay. So steer 2 is working, but not steer 1. So let me check my processes and make sure both my processes are running. Yep, steer 1 and steer 2 are both running. Because they both had, so this guy has steer 2 forever, and this guy has steer 1 forever. Okay, and I saw them running the processes. So what's going on here? Well, there's a couple of ways that we can check and see what's going on. So one thing is, yeah, I put in this set. I can put in these set text 1 to key. So I put in these set text things just to check. So now let me show ask text 1, text 2, show text, and there they are again. Okay. Oh, and this one's got a letter in it. So let's see what's going on here. If I'm getting so if I'm reading one of these letters, W, D, S, A, it should show up in text 1, right? And if I'm reading any of these letters, I, J, K, L, it should show up in set text 2. So let's hit go again. And, oh, so everybody's clicked on. Make sure I got my processes. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to click on the main window again to make sure that I'm typing in there. And now we try D, S. Oh, that's weird. Why are those letters showing up over in text 2? Oh, okay, I see. Because it looks like steer 2 is reading this key. It's not doing anything because that turtle's not doing anything with the turtle because the turtle's not changing. But it's so it's none of these are matching. So there's no setting of turtles. But then it's saying set 2 key. So it looks like this one's not even doing anything because set text 1 didn't get set to anything. So let's see. Let me stop everything for a second. Let me just double check that. What I'll do is, I know that there's like a pause in the action every time I say rechar, right? So let me say show steer 1, and that'll tell me if I'm actually running this, because it seems like I'm running it. It's in my process. And then show steer 2. So steer 1 and steer 2 should show up. Okay, let me clear this out. Should show up down here, right? No process is going now. I hit go. Oh, that's weird. So I got both my processes going. I got steer 1 and steer 2. You would think after steer 1 it would pause here and wait for me to type something for steer 1, but it went right to steer 2. So let's see. So if I say, so now if I say W, oh, it looks like steer 1 is getting skipped altogether here. W, D, K, J. Okay, so that's weird stuff. So this is forever and this is forever. So what's happening is there's some blocking going on of one of the processes, or and to tell you the truth, I'm not sure exactly why this happens. So if somebody can figure it out and tell me, I'd be very grateful. But it is kind of obvious that we're doing double rechars again. We don't want to do, we didn't in the last example, we don't want to do more than one rechar. So to avoid that, you want to have like a single steer maybe, and then you could say something that steers both, and then you could say maybe do steer, or let's say like steer both, rechar, oops, both, and then you could say into do steer both, right? To do steer both key, you could say, now you could say do steer 1 key, do steer 2 key, and now these guys should both be happy, so that should work, right? Let's see. So we get rid of this guy. And we just say do steer both, or we just say steer both. And we can't have that in the turtles anymore. We don't want two different steer both processes going, right? So let's just get rid of these. That one. And in our button, we can just say steer both and do that forever. So let's see. So maybe that should do it. Let's see. So let's say everyone set H to 0 to start off, and so let's press go, and now if I say W, okay, it looks like they're both saying W, and that's a set H0. That's good news. 90. Wait a second, what happened here? I thought this guy was gonna turn and the other guy's gonna turn. What if I do deer steer 2 is, let's say K. Uh-oh, looks like I'm only steering this one guy now. What's going on? Okay, well now this is a problem of making sure that we're talking to the right guy, right? So in the earlier example that I showed you, we had it set up so the procedures are in each of these guys, right? So one thing you could do is put talk tos in here, right? And make sure you're talking to the turtle that you want to talk to, and then you would need to add another talk to down here, or you could have a do steer procedure for this guy, different do steer procedure for this guy. Now notice I'm calling both of these, I'm calling it do steer in both of these, and then here I just say everyone do steer with that key. Now let's try that one. So let's say everyone set 0. And notice those, oh, well, okay, let's see. If I say, oh, let me, wait, before I start, let me just check, because I want to see, make sure I'm doing the right ones. So this guy should be WDSA, and this guy should be ILKJ, right? Okay, so let's see. So now I'll do WDSA. Look at that. So this is the guy that's moving. It's the letters are showing up in both text boxes because we're still checking every single character in both guys. But the thing is, when this guy sees an A, he doesn't do anything. When this guy sees an A, he turns. Okay? So I, J, yeah, look at that. L. Okay? So again, the L shows up in both boxes because both procedures are seeing the L. Right? We're saying everyone do steer. Both procedures are seeing the L, but this is the guy that actually does something when he sees an L. When he sees an L, when he sees an L, he does set H90. When this guy sees an L, he doesn't do anything because he never checks for an L. Okay. All right. So I hope that helps with the two-player game stuff.